Allow the two
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego die the politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come, oh, this man not the off in mind.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to dodo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo to dodo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun Live. Really sorry about last night. Something happened. It was one of the most foolish mistake, and that cost us that session. Well, thank you so much for joining me this hour. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. I've got loads of gist for us, a bit of a catch up, and then we could possibly have a session to, take calls. So share this. Doyin Okuigbe again. Take it or leave it. 62,000 naira minimum wage. No, we can't even pay that. State governors. The wahala where the ground right now cooking is massive, and you should be aware. So share this. So Motide, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching us this moment. And thank you for joining me. So the first part of this gist tonight is going to be like a catch-up. And the first one is coming from the video that has been making the round. It is coming from Doyin Okuigbe, 70 years old man. He came out to say he knew that Tinubu was the best candidate and the person that was going to win. When he, Doyin Okuigbe at the time, was blaspheming against God by saying God assured him that, anyway. So he came out today. He's still part of the last interview, the one that he said Tinubu is like Jesus Christ, because the situation of Nigeria has gone so bad, worse, that only Tinubu that volunteered himself to sacrifice himself for your sake. And therefore, he should be given chance, it should be given time. But back to the new one released just about 2 days or yesterday, Doyin Okuigbe came out and said he knew all along, okay, that Tinubu was the best candidate, even when he was leading Peter Obi from one state to another. It was only Peter Obi that actually visited 36 states in Nigeria when he was an aspirant in PDP. And he was led on by Doyin Okuigbe. So a lot of people believe that Tinubu's criminal, the Tinubu's criminal enterprise possibly used the compromise they had on him, or just used this greed, and it was from the onset sent along to go convince Peter Obi that Peter Obi could become the candidate, not Atiku. They said this is like people now giving credit to Tinubu, that Tinubu was the one who actually sent Doyin Okuigbe to go and lead Peter Obi on, and then when they realized that he won't get the ticket in PDP, to further lead him on to Labour Party. So him coming out now to say he knew all along, sort of is beginning to give credence to that assertion. And that's, disappointingly, right, makes Tinubu like the genius they said he is. Evil genius. He is not a genius on how to actually make anything really work. But he is a genius according to Doyin Okuigbe. Tinubu was the best candidate because he had the money. He had all the connections. A lot of people hold him. And therefore, they felt like, because he made a lot of people. He made governors. He made senators. He made this. He made that. So all of them feel like they hold him. And according to Doyin Okuigbe, this was what makes Tinubu the best candidate at the time. But he didn't tell Obi, nor the Obidients. But he's talking now. But if you are watching me on YouTube and Facebook, it will be ideal for you to see this. This was before, well, this was before Uncle Doyin, because that's what some people call him, Uncle Doyin, or some call him Doctor. Just before he finally withdrew from the entire thing once his EFCC criminal case came up. But before that time, take a look at Doyin, and then you take a look at him a few days ago. This was just less than a year and a half ago, 2022, guys.
It's clear to me from what I've seen, and I'm a very experienced politician and I know what I'm talking about. It will be impossible to defeat Peter Obi in this primary. It's absolutely impossible.
I know I can turn around this country.
Today, by His grace, I am the Director General of the Obidients Campaign Organization. In that capacity, I have power and authority to run the affairs of this campaign. But today, publicly, I surrender all that power and authority to the God Almighty. Father, Lord, neither me, nor Peter Obi, nor Obidients, nor your children here gathered know where, how to get to where we want to get to. But you are the all-wise God. You are the omnipotent God. We are like but David before this Goliath. But we will, with your mercy and support, we shall conquer. This is our very first public gathering. You say if we acknowledge you in all our ways, whatever we want, you will do it. Father, this day, as the Director General, I act in office and capacity of that office, and I say, we give it all to you. Guide us. They deride us. They mock us. We are small in their eyes, but yet we are big in your hands. With you, we know we are going to win. Because we are not going to do it by our strength, by our money, or by our influence. Some of them, if they win, they will only acknowledge money because it's their money that will have given them the victory. Some of them, if they win, they will say it's because of their long standing in politics and the people they know and their leverage. But if we win, the whole world knows only you, God. Only you, God, could have done it. And we will give you the glory. Glory be to your name. For in the name of the Creator of heaven and earth, I have prayed.
Nuisance Lele.
A lot of people thought, especially some of you, the newbies in politics, you just felt like, what other redemption could there be for Doyin Okuigbe, a 70-year-old man, to have dropped the people that has money and follow those who have no money, but only God. Only you, God. That was easy. And a lot of young people, religious people, they just forgot that the man standing before them is a thief. But with Peter Obi, a new Nigeria is possible. So let's do it. So Obi himself, I don't know if it was just himself a person of a circumstance. Because, I mean, if he's a good judge of character in the first place, let's be serious. What is Doyin Okuigbe? What was Doyin Okuigbe doing with the Obi? But it was at the time where all of the Obidients, one Nigerianists, that was the moment you were so determined that you could beat the corrupt establishment in their own game when they are the ones who are setting the rules. So you ignored all the red flags, didn't you? There are many of them who rode on that drive. Today they are senators, they are reps. Guess what? They are singing the praises of thiefnubu. Some of you are wondering why. Disappointed, used, betrayed. That is what Nigeria is. That's what Nigeria does to you. And that's why you have to stop making yourself available to be used to legitimize or validate any form of corrupt elections they say they are holding. You could see through it all. Nigeria is vast. And you see, as vast as it is a crime scene. And when they tell you about the unity among the criminals in Nigeria, there are those that somehow, they do not want to be part of anything good, but they are always out there talking as if they are interested in anything good. Their job is to help those destroying Nigeria to keep you divided and scattered, of course. The only thing that is national in Nigeria is interests. And that interest is not about the interest of the people, the interest of those who uses your tribe, your ethnic, your religious card to get a seat at the table in Abuja. So they are all united. And there's only one thing that united them: crime. The crime of looting, ruining, dividing, and destroying Nigeria, which is always intentional. Everything you are seeing now is intentional. They are not coincident. They are like the results or the consequences of the actions and the inactions of all these people. When you talk about establishment is beyond the politicians you see. That's how you have to pay attention very well. When you are being used, you will know. When you are being channeled to kind of, you will know. And there's no point in coming back later and be like, man, I'm so disappointed. No, don't be. Nigeria is a crime den. It's like a crime scene, the criminals' den. Everyone you see out there trying to say they want to do something about, everybody is trying to take advantage just to get their own seat at the table. They will use you. And that is why, even if you have to participate in being used, you should have a saying that if you want to shave my head, I mean, at least I should be present, Abi. And that is why the likes of this man, Doyin Okuigbe, 70-something years old man, is proud to be involved in decimating the aspiration and the hope of millions of young people, only to turn around and throw it at your faces, throw it on your faces. I knew you were going nowhere. I was only just playing about with you. I knew the drug dealer was going to be your president. And in fact, he is the best. Can you imagine how Doyin Okuigbe shrank? I mean, I shrunk in a space of 18 months, needed to be studied. Some said he's suffering from cancer. Is it not when somebody is nearing death that you repent all your actions and you begin to call for repentance and then, to make amends? But they are still here, even as they are dying and rotting away. They are rotting away, right? The evil in them is actually the pride or badge of honor for them. Now, listen to this. 70-something years old man.
To difficult situations. You have only been on the outside of government during Buhari era. So you've seen on the inside during Obasanjo, you've seen on the inside during Jonathan.
Yeah.
You didn't see much of the inside in Yar'Adua. You didn't play much role there. For what you have seen across almost 25 years now, would you say the Bola Tinubu government has listened enough compared to other presidents?
Let me tell you for a fact.
He's only spent 1 year anyways, but...
Well, I've always said that you can never and should never, ever judge this administration like you judge other administrations. Because this is an abnormal situation in which this administration came to life. I mean, after such a prostate economy for 8 years, the government and governance was totally abandoned. Anything went at that time. So, things became so bad. I mean, there was a period of time that we were actually spending 90 cents out of every dollar we earned, to pay debts. So, and that was the point at which this administration came in. People are forgetting. Are
you giving this government a chance?
I'm not giving them a chance. I'm giving them more than a chance.
But you did not agree. You did not think that Bola Tinubu can do it.
No, that's not true.
You pitch your camp.
No, that's not true.
You pitch your tent with Peter Obi.
Seun, that's not true. I was in PDP, right? And I also wanted to run for president. On the 20th, I will remember my tweet. On the 21st of March in 2022, I was an aspirant for presidential election under PDP. I said that if Bola Tinubu wins the primary for APC, I said categorically that he would do well. I knew he would do well. He has come into government at a very difficult time. I don't know why he decided to come at this time. This is a very bad time for anybody to come and administer this administration.
But you campaigned for Peter Obi.
I did. Because
you think that Peter Obi wouldn't have done better or Atiku Abubakar would have done better?
Let me tell you, of all the people that actually ran for president in 2023, by benefit of hindsight, Bola Tinubu is the best.
Even the Peter Obi you worked for?
I'm telling you that from the benefit of the hindsight, I've seen Peter Obi, I've been with Atiku Abubakar. I also knew, many people are not aware, I knew Bola Tinubu so many years ago. We have interacted. I've not seen him in the last 7-8 years or whatever. That's not the point. But in terms of capacity, capability, and, commitment and knowledge, people keep underestimating what he did in Lagos. What he did in Lagos was a wonderful job. I went and I met and I sat with him, for 3 hours. And he took me through what they were doing and what they will do. And I was, even though I was in NRC or so at that time, I was impressed. I was heavily impressed. So, I think that if this country will give this gentleman some time, like I had Bode George talk this morning, and that's the truth. You cannot judge this administration only, just after 1 year in office.
You get that? Out of the three of them that ran for president in Nigeria, Bola Tinubu is the best. In terms of capacity, in terms of, if you see what he did in Lagos, look at what he did in Lagos. I started with him for 3 hours. And he showed me what he was doing in Lagos. I was like, it's marvelous. But Lagos no get drainage. There's no drainages in Lagos. Lagos no get sewage system. 25 years after democracy, Lagos has no drinking water. There's no public water in Lagos. Okay? Lagos has no electricity. That's 25 years after. 75% of the road network in Lagos are unmotorable. Horrible. Security, well, we call it the mega slum. But you see, these guys, they continue to repeat that, that lie. If you know what he did in Lagos, look at what he did in Lagos. You see what he did in Lagos. He's the most intelligent, okay? And 1 year is not enough to judge him. That's exactly what Bode George also said. Indeed.
Young lady, there is a hell of a difference. If you had been in government, national government, you know how long it takes you He had never served at that level. He had never served at that level. And he was, well, you would have said they were all part of the same party that formed the government. There's a hell of a difference of taking over and now leading the team. I am being fair to my conscience and to my creator. I want to be fair. He has had that holiday 1 year of trying to study, of trying to know what happened, why did this happen, why didn't we were able to handle the oil sector, the gas sector, where are those leakages? I have given him that 1 year of grace. Because now he has seen it. He has lived there. I expect all his ministers to have come back with a report in 1 year. Those areas of lapses. Now, I said, you know, even when Baba became president in 1999 when he won, the first 1 year he was still grappling and rolling and trying to find out what happened here, what didn't happen there, why did this happen, why should we go this way and not that way. So by now, he would have collated all those areas because we can't see any serious impact in any sector. Somebody will give you this story today, another one will repeat. So what exactly, where are we? Look at the fuel subsidy. They said some will come up and say, oh, there was no oil subsidy. Some will come and tell you, yes, there was subsidy. Some said they have mortgaged the sale of our crude oil for 15 years. Some said 5 years. We don't know where we are. And I am not bringing a political attack now. I want to give him that chance because, you know, there is an old saying. Let those of us at this age give our best of today so that there can be much better time for tomorrow. So we've given him.
Okay,
we will see which
sir.
direction. I told you that people are still hungry. People are angry.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know.
Not yet. Asari, calm down. We need to give him time. They have to study this, they have to study that, and all of that. You see, 1 year is not. That man said if Tinubu become president of Nigeria, he was going to leave Nigeria because Nigerians go see Hege. This man is no longer asking about how Tinubu, converted all of the properties of Lagos state government to his own. And then turned the Lagos State wallet to his piggy bank. Anyway, people are unraveling. So to say, continue. Well, let Rufai should come in, please.
This is your son, Rufai.
Amio.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. But, sir, I will have to be firm.
Thank you.
I will have to be firm. Sir, this was the same President Tinubu.
Yeah.
That your famous question is, he should tell us his name, his primary school, who owns Alpha Beta, and all of that. So you've forgiven him for all of that. Yeah. Is it because the APC sent some people to come and meet you before inauguration there? Because we noticed is after that meeting, although you denied that there was no agreement to, you've suspended after that meeting. You have turned the narrative have turned to Omowani Ejoshi. Is that it, my daddy? Is that the situation of things? Baba SMP. No, let me finish, daddy. No, because all of a sudden, now you are saying really. 1 year is not a good scorecard. Is it when politicking starts in 2 years' time?
Not yet.
That would be a good scorecard when people are hungry, inflation. You are just saying that on the side. But I can see that you are stylishly still exonerating Tinubu and saying, no, you know, how many is that the case, my daddy?
No. People, no. You know, what I am saying is that let us be fair. Somebody ran this nation for 8 years. 8 years of absolute mismanagement. The former head of state was my guy in the military. We respect our seniors. But that what they caused this nation in the 8 years, you can't expect somebody, even if we had won the election, it would have been near impossible. Because first of all, you want to find out what did they do, how did they do it. That's why I said we must give our best of today so that tomorrow will be better. I am giving them that open, that the opportunity to correct. We hadn't seen any impact of what they are doing. So I called it the learning curve. Because if he was part of that administration, he will have no excuse not to immediately start changing certain policies. But let's give him that time. I'm not begging for him. Let us be fair.
Okay,
all right?
Chief
they
George.
got through that. We
George.
told them that the election, the way we went through, there are so many things that must be revisited. Our constitution is not the right type of constitution this nation will have. We have kept on saying that. It's not working. Number two, the economic indices are frightening. Look at the inflation rate. It's rising. Now, what exactly is our debt portfolio? How much money are we owing? And we are still borrowing.
Chief.
So you see, yes, so... Mr. Abati, I want to be very fair. Yes, we had discussions. You said, give us time. We will see what we will do to assuage this and assuage that. We are all waiting.
Okay.
We are all waiting. I said before that I bring in Bola, and Abuja is not Lagos. Abuja, the experience he had in his life was Lagos. Lagos is not Abuja. Abuja is a different ball game. So let's see. By this time next year, you will hear from our party. Okay. I can bet you that, because we have given him enough time to have seen all the flaws and then try to make amends so that we can move forward.
Okay, Chief George. Yeah. Okay.
What do you?
Look, the Northern Elders Forum, they are saying something different. They're saying that, in fact, in 1 year, the Tinubu administration has not even shown that it's interested in running Nigeria. The people of the Southeast also have issues with how the Nnamdi Kanu matter has been handled. You said Abuja is not Lagos. When the APC and President Tinubu were campaigning, what we were told is that Tinubu has done it in Lagos. He will do it in Abuja. That's precisely what we were told. And the campaign line was that, look, a man who is the godfather of Lagos and has been running Lagos forever, which you oppose, that when he gets to Abuja, he will do the same thing. Now, so you are now making excuses that, 1 year is not enough. Is it because he's a Yoruba man?
No.
And is it because, hold on, you said, let's wait till the second year. The same Tinubu that people said, no, is a knowledge worker who knows to identify talents. Where are those talents? Whether from Lagos or from elsewhere. So that's a big question. It's not enough to just say, let's give him another 1 year. The second question is that, will you now be willing?
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back.
That's all I have to say. Anyway, you are watching the drama. Some of you are laughing, but this is not a laughing matter. Remember that. Here is something. In Kaduna, where the dust is not settling on the 423 billion naira stolen by hell fire the Kaduna Little Finger. Now, the guy who is a member of the House committee that possibly did the investigation has more to say. And that's why we're going to go to Kaduna now on the El Rufaya's loot. But from reports, even though we have been reading a lot about how El Rufaya looted 423 billion as a Kaduna state governor, there are other atrocities. But people are saying that El Rufaya, the Kaduna Little Finger, has not been invited by any investigating team. But listen to this guy. He is a member of Kaduna State House of Assembly. From their findings, yeah.
It's a pleasure talking to you this morning. Talking about integrity, people with integrity don't find themselves in questionable circumstances or surround themselves with people with questionable characters. As a matter of fact, some of the people that were mentioned in the report who served under his government are people, okay, like for instance, Jimmy Lawal. Jimmy Lawal was the MD of Alpha Merchant Bank who grounded that bank. He was sentenced in absentia. As a matter of fact, Sahara reporters described him as a serial fraudster. Are these the kind of people you surround yourself and you call yourself a man of integrity? A man of integrity should say something and do it. He went to African Development Bank, collected a loan of $130 million to revamp the transport system in Kaduna State. Come to Kaduna State and show me what transport system was done. They used that slogan, collect this money, and diverted it to other use. He collected $62 million from Islamic Development Bank to boost education in Kaduna State. Well, they were able to build 6 science secondary schools across the state. Outside that, what else do we have to show for the money? So you cannot be claiming to be a man of integrity while your action is showing otherwise. And besides, if you are responsible enough, you will not do actions or take actions that will mortgage the future of your people in a manner where they will barely survive. And then some of this money is collected for some of these projects were not judiciously used. Else, when you come to Kaduna State today, out of 100%, the monies they collected for these projects, you could see that they only executed just about 40% of these projects. They will paint them, bring social media, and show the whole world they are working. But a larger percentage of these works are left undone. When you come to the streets of Kaduna today, you will see so many of these roads. In fact, on the day of handing over, former Raba Road, it has not been completed. And the contractors have abandoned sites. This is one among so many other roads that we have. When you go to Zaria, whenever it rains, there's so much flooding because of these abandoned road projects. When you go to Kafanchan, whenever it rains, people who are using motorcycles keep falling off the road because that road project has been on for 5 years, it has not been completed. Now, where are the monies meant for all these roads? These monies were collected 100%. All right. Now, talking about integrity. Do you know, when you check the records, you will see that immediately he was sworn in 2019 for the second time, the 8th Senate rejected that loan bid. Immediately when he was sworn in May 2019 for his second time in office, he drew down about $170 million from that loan in the World Bank, even before approval came from the National Assembly. Like Peter Obi will say, you can verify that.
All right.
So men of integrity don't cut corners.
All right.
You obtain this loan without formal approval because it was after COVID in 2020, around June, that the president resubmitted the loan bid to the National Assembly. And then it was subsequently approved in 2021. But they have drawn down the money since 2019. So please, this is not a matter of integrity. He is not a man of integrity. These are well-packaged lies and deceit. They sold out to the public to believe what they were doing. But in the real sense of it, they were massively, recklessly misusing our funds.
All right.
Now, talking about witch hunt, it is always normal in Nigeria today that when people commit offenses and when you are trying to ask them to come and account for their actions, they would easily just say it is political witch hunt. Who is witch hunting who? If it were political witch hunt, the executive governor of Kaduna today is one of the greatest beneficiary of his person. But for the man to say, no, this thing is because the scale of the fraud is just too much. It's not something anybody wants to keep quiet. As a matter of fact, even if it's your wife that was there before, you will come to account for what. It's a pleasure talking to you this morning.
That's from Kaduna. For those who are like the real eyewitness, those who investigated, and they see the rate at which El Rufai, with reckless abandon, looted Kaduna State. But that is about the looting. Someone who was one of the senators who came in with El Rufai in 2015, that is Seun, that comedian now. Seun was one of the beneficiaries of APC change, that brought in El Rufai in Kaduna, but the man saw Shege. He saw Shege. And all because he was trying to speak out against the reckless, like a rudderless, system of governance of El Rufai. He was denied a chance of going back to the National Assembly. But he was not spared. He was going to be killed. On and on like that. Listen to his own experience. Now that the whole thing is coming out that El Rufai was a rogue.
Thank you very much for this question. Well, first of all, I was a lone voice in calling for transparency, accountability, and probity in the way the finances of Kaduna State government was mismanaged from 2015 to 2023. In that process, I received a lot of attacks, persecution, and threats to my own life. But I remained consistent, and I refused to be silent, because I knew very well that that government is one of the most corrupt in the history of our dear state, Kaduna. I, as a senator from 2015 to 2019, opposed the loan for which the government of El Rufai applied and seek to get from the World Bank, because I foresee what is about to happen. It's not about prophecy. But I know that government was opaque. That government has no regard for public opinion. It has no regard for due process and transparency. And now what the Kaduna State House of Assembly has done is simply aligning with my own thought, aligning with my own thinking, aligning with my position that has been for 8 years. There are many of them who are in the assembly today who are opposed, who were then opposed to me and opposed to what I stood for. But look at what has happened. The job that has the report that has come out from the Kaduna State Assembly is a commendable. It has never happened in the history of Kaduna State, where a government was thoroughly probed and it has been found out that this is what has been looted, what has been misappropriated. For anyone who comes to Kaduna State, go to all the major cities, you will see how projects have been abandoned. Now, if the essence of borrowing money is to execute projects, look at the humongous amount of money that was borrowed and look at the projects that have been left abandoned. Most of the contractors that have operated in this state from 2015 to 2023 simply shortchanged the state. Today, our children, our grandchildren will be lined to pay money which they don't know how it was used and they don't know how it was borrowed. When they came for that loan, I asked them questions. What are you going to use that money for? How are you going to pay that money? And don't you think if we borrow this money, it's going to tell on our finances? This is a state, almost 95% of our industries are dead. IGR is simply about extorting money from landlords, tenants, and poor people who are trading here and there. But how do we pay this money? Today is the day of reckoning. Kaduna State has been financially strangulated. Almost everything has come to a standstill because of the recklessness of El Rufai's administration from 2015 to 2023. I was not opposed to him for sentiment or politics only, but I am also opposed to him on the fact that that government mismanaged our state. Most of the people that were invited as contractors are not from our state. Most of the people who are within the cycle of corridor of power are not from our state. Most of the people who have get involved in all these things here are not from our state. I didn't say they are not people from our state, but they are made people. So this probe must be thorough. It's not simply about report. The government of Kaduna State must move ahead to recover our money that was looted. How can you leave us behind with foreign debt, with domestic debt, with abandoned projects, with contractors running away and leaving all their children. Go to the markets that were demolished. They were still abandoned. Go to the roads and see in Kafanchan, in Zaria, in Kaduna, see how it's done. Go to most of these projects that were commissioned with all sort of hoopla and press everywhere. They have been abandoned. So who is going to finish them? Now it's telling on our own resources. We borrowed this, Air Revice government borrowed this money when the exchange rate was also about 400 naira to $1. Now it's in the black market is 1,400 to $1. Where are you going to get the money? We are not an oil producer state. We don't have anything. So why, if you love this state, if you are interested in the progress of this state, if you want to leave a legacy, why don't you do it in such a way that is sustainable? So my position has been this in the last 8 years, and whoever is speaking out today is simply converting to. Thank you.
And I remember truly, he lost his chance of returning back to the Senate in 2019. El Rufai ensured of that. He was posted, in fact, they posted his image to the people of Kaduna that he is one of the enemies of Kaduna, working against the interest of Kaduna at Abuja. They said he's working in Abuja, stopping Kaduna from accessing loan for the development of Kaduna. So, and it worked. He got kicked out of APC, Bekebe, and he also got kicked out of the Nigerian Senate. He never went back. But he's been very active on Twitter, very active. He was sunny. So that's on Kaduna. And talking about our children and their future, ladies and gentlemen, when you have your children, I know things can be very, very tough. Things are tough for a lot of people right now, okay? But please, protect your children. There are those who are taking advantage of these poor souls. They are trafficking them out of Nigeria for just a sexual exploitation. 10 girls were rescued in Ghana 2 days ago. And what you're about to watch right now is one of the most heartbreaking things you're likely going to see. But the reason why you are watching it is because those kids are safe now. But they were from Nigeria. The journey was like they were being exploited. They were not even being paid for the sexual exploitation. They were pretty much like slaves, trafficked. I hope those responsible have also been caught. But looking at this, you can tell a failed country that has managed to show incompetence over again and again, that their own children, the youngest population of that country, have become so endangered that it seems like few people cares these days, because a lot of people are so worried about what they're going to eat that they do not possibly care about what is happening to the next person, the neighbor. These children were rescued in Ghana. Please watch.
Where? Huh?
I'm from
Imo State.
Imo State, yes.
Olu
Yes.
town from Imo State.
Yes.
How long have you been in Ghana?
Just listen to 1 month now.
What is your name?
My name is Cassus Divine.
Divine.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16 years. My God. How long have you been in Ghana?
To the 7th of this month, we'll make it 2 months.
2 months. You are from Imo State.
Yes.
What is your name?
My name is I'm from Imo State. South.
Sorry. Sorry. You will be fine in Jesus' name. God will take care of you, my children. What is your name, sister?
My name is Selina. I'm from Plateau State.
Oh, mommy. How old are you?
I'm 18 years.
How long have you been in Ghana?
7th of this month, we make it 2 months. My name is Odurupe
Speak loud, please.
My name is Odurupe Onechukwu.
Where are you from? Imo State. How old are you?
16 years.
16 years. Stand up, let me see you.
My brother, this 1, 2, 3, they are the same mother, the same father.
3 of you are from the same mother.
The same father.
The same father. Have you spoken to your parents? Where are your phones?
This is our phone.
You're taking all your phones. Who brought you to Ghana?
His brother.
The brother.
The brother of this person. The brother of this one.
Okay. So you are from Igbo State. 16 years.
The same mother, the same father.
14th October, make it 16 years.
Jesus Christ. So you are still 15 plus. 15 plus. And you have been in Ghana. And what have they been doing to you? They take you out to see men. To see men. And they pay you.
No, they don't pay me. Any money we work, they keep you. We give them every
15 years.
Every single day.
See our children in diaspora, 15 years. Out of their own wish. Children are supposed to be in school. These are the great future leaders of Nigeria in diaspora. 15 years. 3 children from one father, same mother from Imo State. That's it.
My name is Chief Callisto Selozio. Okay. I'm the chairman of Nigerian Diaspora Organization. Okay. That is Chief Dofita.
Oh, okay.
She's the head of welfare of Nigerian Diaspora Organization. Okay. And this is assistant welfare, he's in charge of rescue.
Rescue.
When we have issues that has to do with Nigeria.
Okay.
He's the rescue coordinator.
Okay.
So
where from these ladies?
This morning we got tipped yesterday that one Nigerian guy.
That's one Nigerian guy.
Yes, has brought these ladies there, maltreating them, beat them, send them for prostitution and other things. So we
prostitution?
Yes. So we sent our rescue team to go for the girls. So they went there this morning. Fortunately, they were able to get all of them from the guy, and we was able to apprehend the guy.
Okay.
He was arrested.
The one, so he's in custody now?
He's in police custody here now. So that's why we quickly brought them so that they can be the police can take inventory of what happened before we know.
I don't know which language. Let me know their name.
This one, what's your name? Simi John. You're from Plateau State. Say you're from Plateau State. Your name is what?
My name is Miracle Olebechukwu from Imo State.
You're Miracle Olebechukwu from Imo State.
Yes,
which side of Imo State?
Idato.
You're what? Chiamaka.
Chiomeka.
Chiamaka
Ikedobi. From where?
From Imo State, Idato South.
Imo State, Idato South Local Government. You're from where?
I'm Selina Danjuma from Jos, Plateau State.
Selina Danjuma from Jos, Plateau State. You're from Plateau State.
Write their names.
Yeah, I can't write.
Yeah.
No, just a sheet of paper.
I'm from Imo State. My name is Divine.
Which part of Imo State?
You have what's your name?
From Olu. Which part of Olu? Umudiato. Which part of Umudiato? This one is my daughter. I'm from Olu.
Which part of Umudiato?
Umudiato, beside that Catholic church.
I'll come back to you.
My name is Joy.
Joy.
Beside that Catholic church.
I'll come back to you.
My name is Joy.
Joy.
Joy what?
Ayuba.
From where?
From Plateau State Church.
Plateau State Church.
My name is Obidients. Happiness. From Imo State.
Umobom.
My name is Machika Amaracha from
Idato South.
My name is Koolu. I'm from
Idato South. This very one, the guy who brought them for prostitution, this is the sister, the same mother, the same father.
And he brought a sister to come and prostitute.
Yes, and that's how to tell you how wicked the guy is.
The guy dies in custody.
Yes, this is the sister, the same mother, the same father. Then this one, this is your sister.
This and this.
These are twins.
This one.
This one and this one, they are twins.
You and this one.
This one and this one are twins.
This and this.
This one, this one and this, they are twins. The same mother, the same father. With this one, he brought these 3 children from the same mother, the same father, and he gave them into prostitution. And their parents are not aware. When they
in this day and time where the moment these the youngsters today have access to smartphone, they can link up. Just like that, somebody said he's going to give us a job in Ghana. And he said we should not tell anyone. Are you interested? Me and my sister are going. I'm also bringing this. But in my life, I've heard it before, but I've never seen it. In my life, I have never seen a human trafficker trafficked his own sister. Do you understand that, right? Like they believe that most human traffickers, they always lead double lives. Okay? They are this businesswoman, businessman, they're family man, family woman, who care so much about their children that they are so protective of their own and all of that. I have never seen human trafficker that will traffic his own sister, same father, same mother. And that should tell you all you need to know about the state of Nigeria as we speak. Not just that. When you hear the Idiato, we are from Imo State. Children as young as 15 trafficked from the same senatorial district, Idiato South Senatorial District, Imo State. That too should tell you a lot you need to know about the criminals ruining the lives of Nigerians every state where they are doing, just like in Kaduna. Now you are likely going to see children from Kaduna whose future has been mortgaged, stolen, denied the opportunity to actually have proper education, exist and experience life, because all of that have been taken away from them. And then these children will be lured out of Nigeria. Millions of them are currently serving as either sexual slaves within Nigeria. These are those that have been taken out. I'm talking about the wreck that poverty is actually, the damages that poverty is wrecking right now across Nigeria. That is a very good example, an insight into understanding the level at which Nigeria has degenerated and how easy it is to take lives or sell human beings. There are willing people who are willing to be trafficked. Back in the days, people will say, oh, they were deceived. These days, people are looking for anything. Yeah? Or to send young girls for money. And then talking about Idiato South in Imo State. That will take us to the current topic that is also not just about the cows. You've been hearing about the cows in the Nigeria State National Assembly, the rights of the cows, the right of, the right of movement from one place to another, cows. However, there is an honorable called Ikenga. You know him? Well, himself and 14 others, they are currently moving a motion. In fact, it has passed the first reading, just so you know. So they want a new state to be created. They call it for equity, justice. It is only the southeast of Nigeria that currently has 5 states in all the 6 geopolitical zones. So, to make it balance up, a part of Imo State will be carved. A part of Abia State will be carved. And a part of Anambra State will be carved. And then to forge together and create a state called Olu States. So, well, we have something to say about that. That might sound somehow like ambitious, but take a look at it this way. The political map that is drawn, that you call states in Nigeria today, is totally political. There was no referendum conducted for the indigenous people of Nigeria to determine who and who wants to come together to form their own states. So creating states in Nigeria started after the civil war, the genocidal war. How do we stop any group of people in the future to want to break away from Nigeria? So the idea then was, let us create and divide Nigeria into states. So by dividing Nigeria into states, it simply means there will be no part of Nigeria that is going to be old without any opposition coming from the same people that were supposed to be asking for that new country. So let me explain how that worked. So when they were creating the states in Nigeria, they ensured that most of the Igbo-speaking people, right, they were cut off and made minorities in the surrounding, supposed surrounding states, in order to make the Igbo people look small and at the same time look like they are surrounded, landlocked. Here you get now. So then they started working on, when they created that is to give impression to the rest of the world that look at them, they are just dots, very small. But the Igbo land and the Igbo-speaking people, I'm talking about the people who shared one or two things in common, and you can see they share the proximity that you can say is Igbo land. And just like in Yoruba land, here you have the Jebus, you have the Egbas, you have the Egus, right? You have the Oyos. You have us like that, but all of us will say we are Yorubas. You have the Okuns in Kogi, they are Yorubas, but they are Okun people. So when they were doing all of that mapping, right, they decided to cut Yoruba land as a part of what they will now. If you see this, so if you look at Kwara State, Niger State, and you go on and you go to Kogi State, and then you will see the way the whole place was kind of carved, right? You will see Yorubas carved among them so that there will be minorities there. So then you will see a place, they'll say, oh, these are major Yorubas. That's exactly what they did in Eastern Nigeria. If you go to River State, the Obigbo people, some of them will argue with us, say, we are not Obigbo, we are Oyigbo people. Say, no, we are not Oyigbo. If you go to Benue, even that same Kogi, you will see some of these Igbos that over the years, many of them have been prohibited to deny it, but many of them as well, they've never denied their Igbo connection or Igbo link. These are people that ordinarily, if they were to say, people should choose how they want to form their own states in their regions, they will not be part of River State. They won't be part of Benue. You will never see them in part of Taraba. You will never see them, you know those places, they share border like that, right? You will go and check the map properly, and you will see all these places, they made them minority. They are the border town. They are Igbos. So if you want a new state, those people should be allowed to choose if they want to be part of their kings and kings in Igbo land, or they want to remain as part of where they have been artificially created. And those are the new states you should create to show the true land of the Igbos, or everybody's land. You get what I mean? The Middle Beltans as well, right? Let them be able to say we are Middle Beltans and this is our land and this is what we have in common. That's why we are in the middle. Kind of. But they won't do that. So Ikenga is asking that, you see, they said, Umucha, places like, let me bring it on my screen so that I can be able to pronounce them or read them out like they are listed, okay? So places like that will form the new Olu states. Remember that it is Olu and Osu that Oplesus Odingba is building the Ruga. It is the place, it's one of the most militarized places in Imo State, in Eastern Nigeria today. They have suffered, oh dear, they have suffered in the hand of the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government, Imo government, Oplesus Odingba, their what is that one called? The one they created in place of ESN, Ebubeagu. The havoc they've wreaked in eastern part of Nigeria, or especially in Osu and Olu, Edeato generally, like there, right? They've suffered. So somehow, I don't know how the people there are taking it, okay? But you see, the following areas are the areas that Ikenga and his team are pushing to become the 6th states in eastern part of Nigeria. They are, listen, Umuchu, Ihiala, Uga, Uli, Ozubulu, Akokwa, Aron, Dizogu, Umunze, Olu, Osu, Ideato, Njaba, Isu, Oguta, Ohaji, and few other communities around those places as well that are willing to join them, indeed, to creating this. But again, it is worth knowing, okay, so that you can tell me your view on that at some point. Please, let's go further again, because we are still in eastern Nigeria, a place where it is generally believed, for those who should know better, that the insecurity in that part is politically sponsored. And you don't have to believe that, but you will eventually. When you begin to put the pieces together, and then you see that majority of those things they are putting out there, and the agenda behind them, they do not make any sense, except if they appeal to your own self-bias, which is, at least, you can acknowledge, right? Listen to this. It's just a bit of a flashback on this, and if you are kind enough, please listen.
And the violence that seems to have erupted in the southeast.
Well, what we are seeing in the southeast is synchronized violence, synchronized by certain people, definitely not by Igbos.
Okay.
Those people who are doing that are foreigners. If you see a group of Igbo people moving, from their physiognomy, you will know. Now, one of the things that people did in the southeast was to get close to them, speak Igbo to them, and without exception, they responded in broken English. And you saw the other man speaking on Sunday, being displayed by the police as the only surviving person among those who attended the Bode prisons again. The man was given an Igbo name. And when he spoke, he had a northern accent. But back to your question about what is really happening. In the past 2 years or more, the clamor for a president of Nigeria coming from the southeast has been on. And if you notice, up to the past 3 months, there was no problem in the southeast, 4 months. What happened? Suddenly, if you read some papers published in Abuja, you see Igbos are killing northerners. You call those in the south, they say, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with any Igbo man or any northerner. What we are witnessing is a programmed action by some people to destabilize the southeast, indeed the whole of Igbo land, with a message: Igbo land is unstable. If you're unstable, how then can you produce a president? That is the real key in issue. The headsmen have always been there. But if you notice, for the past 3 or 4 months, issue of the headsmen had died down. Except in Ebonyi State, where up to last Sunday, the headsmen were still killing people.
But we cannot deny the fact that these destruction and arson attacks are taking place in the southeast region on security formations.
That's just a snippet into something you should have at the back of your mind. When we talk about a state-sponsored terrorism, we're not making it up or just pulling it out of the thin air. It is what Nigeria has become, and they have the media behind them to drive the propaganda, the lies. But it is so unfortunate that except for the people who are suffering from the short memory or Stockholm syndrome, right? Most of their lies always come back to sort of haunt them. But people have so much short attention span that they let all the lies pass. 2 days ago, I think, a video made it onto the internet. And this video is not just to show to us that the supposedly killed notorious Fulani terrorist called Bello Turji and his guys is not just alive. He has his army of murderers, terrorists, very, very much alive and active. But Nigerian criminal establishments wanted to believe that the eastern part of Nigeria is so unsafe, right? That there's nothing we can do about it. It's just like the Igbos are the ones who just want to be killing themselves. It's not us. But the northern part of Nigeria, where you have the active terrorism, is mostly played down like it's normal. It's all right. You shouldn't, by any means, point your fingers at those who come from that region, their leaders. Except those ones who comes from the eastern part of Nigeria, who has no control over anything. So that's how you get to know the state-sponsored terrorism. So Turji is alive, armed to the teeth. And in the last 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, the level of the killings in the northwest and the north central of Nigeria has become like, I don't know, horrible than I don't know how to describe. Well, you are reading it in the news. 40 people killed in Niger State. 27 people killed in Niger State again. 20 people killed in Ikasina. 40 people kidnapped there. Oh, another one killed in Niger. Another one, but these guys are there active. The Nigerian army will make you believe otherwise. You may not understand their language, but I need to let you see this. These are the people they told us that we should learn how to live with, by the way. And these are those who have publicly made videos, and they've killed. About 2 days ago, they slaughtered about 4 people. I couldn't share that video with you. I don't know if you have seen the picture too. They made them kneel down in Borno State, right? And they shot them from behind, execution style. But they didn't do that in this video, so don't worry. Just see the irritants. They will always get the state pardon. They always have the amnesty. It is called the Operation Safe Corridor. No matter how much they do all this, there is always a repentant a repentant program for them to rehabilitate the terrorists. The only country that is doing that in the whole world, Nigeria.
Muna gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala da ya kawo mu a daidai wannan lokaci, wannan shekara ta 2024 wadda muke ciki. Alhamdulillahi muna gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala da ya kawo mu a daidai wannan lokaci. Sunana Muhammadu Bello Turji, wanda aka fi sani a arewa maso yamma. A kwanan nan na joni labari na fita ɗaya bayan ɗaya, wasu mutane sun fitar da sanarwa sun samu talakawa suna ta kashe su ɗaya bayan ɗaya, suna cin dukiyoyinsu, suna cin amanar bisashensu, suna cin amanar bisashensu, suna cin amanar bisashensu, suna cin amanar dabbobinsu, suna cin amanar talakawansu, domin su ce sun je sun kama wani wai shi ana ce mai laftanal kanal ko ɓaleri yake. Da wannan bawa Allah muna roƙo ga mai girma Abdulrahman Umar Ciyani, talakawan Nijar ba sa cikin wannan tsari ya bar cutar da su. Gada ya kai su ma su fusata su ɗauki makamai kamar yadda mu ma muka kai muka ɗauki makamai. A yanzu ka gani dama a haka aka fara Najeriya, a je a samu talakawa a kashe su a ce an kashe 'yan bindiga. To an ce an kashe ɓaleri, an kama ɓaleri, wane ne, to ga fa ɓaleri, ga shi fa gani. Gashi bari in fito maku da shi kai da kace ka kama shi gashi ka duba wanda duk san ɓaleri shi ne cikin kumandodin na Bello Turji da ake magana an kama waye to yanzu dai wannan abun ya zama dai duk labarin ƙarya ne. Saboda haka mutane ku fahimta, da talakawa da mutanen gari da kowa talakawa ne ake kamawa a kashe a zo a daure a ce an kama yan ta'adda to an ce an kama Baleri gashi ga Bello Turji kai gwamnan Maradi kai da ka fito kace ka kama Baleri gashi ga Bello Turji kuma ga al'ummar Bello Turji nan muna tare don Allah ku ji kunya wannan abun kunya ne kuka yada kun zo kun ce wai mutum an kama mutum 66 to mu yan bindiga ba mu karewa sun gene halal don haka ga da ku da jami'an gwamnatin Najeriya kuna ta zuwa kuna ta ƙarere kuna kashe talaka wannan abin da kuke yi bai yi ba muna kiran ku je mu gyara ƙasa tare da ku ba tuta ma talakawa kuna cewa kun kashe waye to kowa ba ku kashe ba ga Baleri a saboda haka muna tunatar da ku sake talakawan nan in ba ku sake su ba kun ci amanar su don haka makiyaya ne manoma ne suna bi da abin da sun kaci alhamdulillah mun gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sunana Muhammadu Bello Turji a arewa maso yamma muna gode ma Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a wannan yankin da muke ciki masha Allah
So those are your jihadists, ladies and gentlemen. However, what he was saying in that video is to tell the Nigerian government, as well as the Nigerian government as well, that they can't kill him, even though if they wanted to kill him. His men are okay. He introduced one Gani, even Gani is here. So just so you know, we are fighting for the Talakawas. We are fighting for the poor people. The poor Fulanis that the government don't care about. These are the people we are fighting for. Like that guy is murdering people, right? Kidnapping the same poor people in their villages. So how is that fighting for the poor people or Allah? Anyway, somebody responded. I'm going to bring that video up, okay? In a moment. But the difference between that Bello Turji, the terrorist, the Fulani terrorist in northern Nigeria that enjoyed maximum protection from the Nigerian government under Boko Haram has resurfaced, like Alhaji Shekau, he has resurfaced, and he's saying, Nigeria, you haven't seen anything. I remember his video, I think that was about 4 years ago. And it was like, there is no government that can capture him. You should forget that. And whatever Nigerians were going through at the time, that was just the beginning. You haven't seen anything. Because it's like an invincible diesel. That it makes mouth anyway, right? And I think they all did. They all kind of made their mouth, okay? So there is a guy. Okay, hang on. I'm going to come back to that, like I said, all right? But it's the difference between Bello Turji and your politicians in Nigeria is just the dressing, okay? Because take a look at this. In those states, right, they are going to have their elections, the governorship elections, later, I think around November or so this year. So they have the Labour Party, they have the PDP, they have the APC. But it seems like the whole fight is going to be a straight one between Labour Party, Apata guy, as well as the Asue guy of PDP. So they did this to Apata without shooting a gun, though, right?
I will do my due diligence before I make any allegations. I'm a lawyer and I've been one for 30 years, right? During the primaries, same thing happened. Right after the primaries, my balls were being taken down all over the city, right? Now that INEC has lifted the ban on campaigns, we started installing our boards all over Benin City. I just returned from Lagos yesterday, only for me to hear that boards that we have just started installing around Benin are being taken down again. There's a board at the Stadium Road at Kenswa Junction, two-sided board. One side is an ad from another organization, one side is an ad from my campaign. Only mine was taken down. Now we are on the Kenwa Road by the Uniben main gate. I had a two-sided board right here, taken down by the Oredo Local Government Council. I sent a message to the chairman today, Mr. Obaseki, who happens to be a brother or cousin or relative of the governor. And I told him that my boards are being taken down. There is an individual in the Oredo local government called Charles Egareva. He's supposed to be a member of the revenue department. He's the one who sent messages to my billboard installers, telling them to take down the boards. I was even told that he had the temerity to suggest that the board on Akenzua is a route that the governor takes regularly. So we must take my board down because the governor takes that route regularly. It is ridiculous. This is the kind of stunt that this government pulls all the time.
Okay. Sorry. So I put something up. I'm trying to bring that guy's video. There's a clip I wanted to bring on, okay? But I'll come back to it. In response, the PDP is the one in government in Edo State. Obatheki, the state governor, is allergic to seeing the opposition's image or banner on his way to the office or on his way to his house. So they had to pull it up to not to upset the governor. But that's not why they did. They did because, well, that's not the only reason why. They did because it was like, nobody should even tell you before you know that you are disrespecting the governor. Can you even try that elsewhere? Listen to what the PDP governorship candidate had to say about that. I swear.
Here you can go now. So make some people go. As they go, they create vacancy. The ones who will feel beg, make it stay. We go beg them. The ones who will not feel beg, make them go. If we meet them for corner, we go beat them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in past. I saw a banner. I'm asking them, say, that banner where the Oluapata banner for Ring Road. I tell you there. Can you put a banner like that in Alausa, in Lagos, Ikeda? You can't put banner of another party. For what you do there? Where else you do one day? Not punish. I said, here. There are things I cannot say here. But when I tell Olukoga, say what you want to do. If take idea look me, I say from the days of John the Baptist till now, the kingdom suffers violence and the violent take it by force. Who no go no, who to no go peme, their father.
For their talk with.
Do you understand? So the Aswe guys just wanted you to know that the kingdom of God suffereth violence. Violence takes it by force. Now they destroy people's lives. They have no real jobs. These are people's fathers, people's mothers who have no real job except political jobbing. And they have to kill for it because if they miss it, whatever lifestyle they have right now, with the moment that the free money stops flowing, they will be exposed. And they do not want to be exposed. So they would rather kill in order to keep that power. Not because they want to serve the people or anything, just so you know. But let's go back to somebody who has responded to Bello Turuji. This one is a Nigerian soldier who saw the Turuji video and responded and said, enjoy your Nigeria immunity. If you cross border, if you do mistake, cross the border, enter Niger, you won't go back to Nigeria. This is also in Hausa or Fufude or so. Listen.
Gashi bari in fito maku da shi kai da kace ka kama shi gashi ka duba wanda duk san baleri duba shi ne cikin kumandodin na Bello Turji da ake magana.
To assalamu alaikum ƴan uwa da amuna arziki da fatan kuna lafiya. Na ku ne da kullun kenan RB Municipal daga Sandayar. Dan Allah da Annabi ina so kafin ku wara sauraron wannan bidiyon bisa batu da zan yi bisa kan wa'annan ƴan ta'adda wa'annan. Ina so da Allah in ci alfarman manzan Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam dan Allah dan Annabi ayi mun share in shi wannan bidiyon har Allah ya sa ya kai ga kunnan Bello Turji. Bello Turji abinda muke so mu gaya maka kai ba hakuri zamu baka ba kuma ba ce maka ba za mu yi Niger ba yankin da ya kamata ka shigo bane ko kuma wani wane ne wannan tsarin ka ne idan ka gane ka shigo amma zan mu gaya maka wani abu guda daya kana da alfarma a Najeriya musamman wajen sojawan Najeriya saboda su ake ba umarnin ku dakata sai an ba su umarni sannan su hare ku ko kuma ba su ma ba gagara su kuka yi ba na rantse da Allah Bello Turji wallahi kungiyar ku bata gagari kowa ba bata gagari gwamnati ba gwamnatin ku ce misna munafikan gwamnati saboda tare da ita ne aka haɗu dan a gallaza ma mutane al'umma kuma musamman 'yan arewa to zan mu gaya maka wani abu guda ɗaya kul kada ka fara Niger wallahi babu sassauci. Kai in kana da hankali Bello Turji hakan bai nuna maka ba cewa Niger ba kan wallasa ba ce. Nayi maka rantsuwa da manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nayi maka rantsuwa da Allah. Wallahi a yanzu Niger inda ka sani ba irin ta jiya bace ba. In kana da hankali, amma kuma in kana so zaka iya karawa. Bello Turji ba gagara bace ba kai, ɗarmin gindi ka samu daga gwamnatin ku. Suka hana a taba ka, kake abin da kaga dama, to wallahi Niger ba ta daga cikin wanda zaka renawa hankali. Niger, Mali, Burkina dan Qur'ani duk inda ka shiga sai ka tsere da kawaka in kayi sa'a. Amma kai zaman ka a Najeriya kana sata ɗiyan mutane, kana kaiwa daji, ana kai maka kuɗin fansa, kana abin da kaga dama, kuma a hana sojawa su kama ka ko su hallaka ka. Me Niger ba ma daga cikin wannan tsarin. Bello Turji in ka fasa shigowa Niger ko kuma a'a daga cikin abin da kake yi, mu ba za mu ce ba zancen ka haka ne ko ba haka bane, baleri ne ko ba baleri bane ba, saboda mu ba mu san shi ba. Amma ni na tabbata cikin tambayar da ake mishi ne yace shine baleri na hannun damanka, kuma ka tabbatar da shi ne aka kama. Bello Turji ina mai maka kyakkyawan albishir, kai ma sai ka shiga hannu da ikon Allah. Wallahi Bello Turji sai kun kare. Kuma kaga yanzu Bello,
lie, if them born you well, come to Niger Republic. They said Nigeria government is the one giving you protection. Continue to enjoy the protection in Nigeria. See that video that you are running your mouth. In your life, don't ever mention Niger, Mali, or Burkina Faso in your life. But if you don't believe, right, if they born you well, come to Niger Republic with your men. We will kill you. That's why he's saying in that video, we will kill you. You can enjoy your protection in Nigeria. That's in Nigeria. Okay? But if they born you well, bring your guys, cross the border, come to Niger and see for yourself. They're not born any Nigerian soldier to make that video. But you will see some of them that will say, RPOB, come out, come and fight. Into hamlet of people, homes of, all these homes of the villagers in eastern part of Nigeria. RPOB, come out and fight. Come and fight. Your father, RPOB, come and fight. A Nigerian soldier will make a video of that one. You will never see them make a video about these terrorists that have killed so many of their colleagues in eastern Nigeria. I mean, so in northern Nigeria. They will never make anything to go fight. A Nigerian soldier is asking Turuji, if not your papa born you, continue to flex your muscle. Now Nigeria you do, but don't make a mistake and cross the border. Like you won't go back to that contraption. That is Nigeria. And that's quite refreshing. I wish I could speak more Hausa, more louder like that, right? So to you, the workers in Nigeria, I don't know if I should feel sorry for you or not. Tinubu has now placed an offer of take it or leave it. 62,000 naira is going to be the minimum wage offer. The Nigerian state governors have rejected the saying that they can't pay 60,000. It's impossible. No, we can't. I heard that they are offering 54,000, but the Nigerian NLC, they have also beat down their own demand too. Now they are demanding for 250,000 naira minimum wage. So the Zobo of a 105,000 naira offer of yesterday remained a Zobo. It's going to be 62,000 naira. Tinubu said he would offer them or he would pay them above 60,000. Now here you have it, 62,000. So the NLC TUC guys are like, oh yeah, we are still waiting for them to present it. We're not going to accept it.
The OPS, organized private sector, and the government side, they have recommended 62,000 naira to be the minimum wage. But for us, from labor, we felt that with the current economic hardship and with the difficulty in the land, that the sum of 200,000 naira, the sum of 250,000 naira should be the what would be okay as the minimum wage.
In the wisdom of the committee, they have put together a recommendation that will be forwarded to Mr. President for further action. The organized private sector and the federal government and the government have agreed on a figure 62,000. The organized level is still asking for 250,000. But at the end of the day, what is very important is that there is this conviviality. We are talking, is a discussion, and no hostility anymore. And the national anxiety is going to be relaxed as soon as this is made public.
The situation that we are recommending to Mr. President somehow is repeating itself because it happened in the 2018 exercise. You will all recall that in 2018, it was the other way. The organized private sector and the organized labor recommended 30,000 as minimum.
So there is no money. Okay, Nigeria is broke. Take it or leave it. That's going to be the deal. But you have just 24 hours to go. If NLC and TUC will take it or leave it, we will find out in 24 hours if your strike is going to continue or reactivated on Monday, and what is going to follow if that should happen. The propaganda that you've never seen before, then the military, no, the police, then the DSS, then the military. So you see this coming week, it's going to be interesting. And I hope you look forward to it too. Because a broke Nigeria just completed a brand new vice presidential house. That only cost Nigeria 21 billion naira. You get? It is to help the vice president to do his job diligently, efficiently, and then all those. So Nigerians should just endure, okay? It will soon get to your turn, right? So Shittyman called the tape to his own new house, 21 billion naira house. But do you know something? The entire Vitafoam's what? You know Vitafoam now? That Vitafoam mattress, Vitafoam pillow is put at 21.2 billion. That's the worth. See, Vitafoam of all their trade, everything. See? That's everything about Vitafoam. Now, Vitafoam will create job. Vitafoam will pay tax. Vitafoam will make bed. Right? But Nigeria spent 21 billion building a house. And I started asking myself, listen, this is not Shittyman's house, no doubt. So you don't have to suffocate on your own spit, okay? We know it's not Shittyman's house. We're talking about the waste for a country that is broke, Baba. What is that urgency in building a 21 billion naira vice president's house? When the man that was the vice president there before, Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agbowori Babaoja, the special advisor to Mumumadu Bokwari on burial arrangements, condolences matters, as well as trader money. Oshibade. Where was Oshibade living in the last 8 years, by the way, and his family? Where were they taking all those pictures and those videos of Oshibade? Akuda House. Oshibade's house was renovated with over 15 billion naira in 2015. Don't forget that. That's Aguda House. And Bokwari decided that they were going to also fix the ongoing project of a permanent house. They said Aguda House, which has been housing the vice president in Nigeria since 1999, was actually meant to be a judge's house, like the judges, like the chief justice. They said that was the purpose. So, but it was converted to a vice presidential house residence in 1999 by Obasanjo. So Atiku lived there. Who else was there again? Egbere Jolantan also lived there. Namadi Sambo lived there. Soruga lived there. And within a year, Wike decided to spend 21 billion to build a fresh one in a country that is so broke. Shittyman. Hang on, that's an extra. Shittyman again.
We accept your request.
And not just that too. I think it has to be like, no. I think that's another one. I have taken you back to Abuja. Okay. That's why we are in Abuja, and I've got a few news from Abuja. Do you mind taking a minute or maybe a sec? Take a break from that comment section for a moment, okay? And just go straight under this video and like it. That's your offering. That's how we do it here, okay? I mean, if you joined and just bumped in and you are just like just settled in and just listening, if you have enjoyed the first hour or the first 90 minutes of this, take a moment and then pay your own offering. Let the wallet swell. Your like is your offering. It is free. You can give it. Freely given. No? Anyway, Shittyman and his own new toy or new mansion.
Move back now.
That's a new mansion. AIT did a report on that, okay? Let me show you this AIT report to give you the full context of what just happened there, all right? Apart from what I said. Watch this.
A project started 14 years ago is now ready for use by the occupier of the second highest political office in the land. Contract for the official residence of the vice president was first awarded in 2010 at a cost of 7 billion naira, but was abandoned by successive administrations, which may not have considered the project a priority amid other pressing national demands. However, the Federal Capital Territory Administration under Nyesom Wike thought it necessary to conclude work on the project with a revised budget of 21 billion naira, which was approved by the National Assembly.
A vice president residence, federal government, Nigeria, the giant of Africa, awarded a contract for number 2 citizen to reside, to do his work. 14 years ago, 7 billion naira. As a country, we cannot, within even 1 year, pay 7 billion to finish vice president residence, where he will settle down and do his work.
Senator Kashim Shettima, who currently lives in the residential quarters at the Aguda House of the presidential villa in Abuja, is apparently the first Nigerian vice president to occupy the state-of-the-art edifice, which he commissioned on behalf of his boss, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
I therefore once again want to express my gratitude
to the FCT administration for taking up the responsibility and feel duty bound to complete this project to avoid the wastage of taxpayers' money. The decision to complete this project after going through the required due process is highly commendable. Your dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to excellence are a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Nigerian people.
The newly built rest.
So next year, they're going to need maybe 25 billion naira to maintain it.
Nigeria, the land of Africa, cannot build a house for the vice president to do his job. So that he can do his job.
Now they've built one. So the Nigerian workers, it would have to be a miracle for you to manage to squeeze water out of stone. I wish you good luck. Because when it comes to yours, you either take it or leave it. The judges have gotten their own increments. The public office holders have gotten their own increments. A lot of others, the senators have gotten theirs, the lawmakers, the ministers, a lot of them have cashed out their own. And it's yours that will require a committee to discuss. So good luck. As for those who saw with the Wike, when you called out the permanent secretaries in Abuja, FCT permanent secretaries, to come and take a bow before thiefnubu, where he did the same thing to the 6 area council chairman too. Come out here and take a bow before the king. And they all came out to take a bow before the king. Quick, 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 quick.
Come this way. First, Mr. President. Line up and first, Mr. President. You are good guys. Now, Mr. President, these are 6 area council chairmen. Mr. President, it's not about party. It's about the agents of Renewed Hope agenda in the area councils. And they're doing well, working well with us. I want them to take a bow before you. Take a bow.
You see what you are witnessing in Nigeria? By the time the trajectory they are forming right now, by the time it matured, some of you watching this and laughing, you will be the victims too. Yeah, you may just go to the airport and they will say, thiefnubu is coming. Oh, one of the Nigerian ministers are coming. Oh, everybody at the airport, yeah, bow your head, bow your head, bow your head. You say, Ewa, are we in North Korea? You just hear the woes from your back. Bow your head. The president is passing. You do, but it's not passing here. We thought that he has say no. If thiefnubu is passing on the road, you have to bow your head. And then when I go no say, hey, I remember they started with the permanent secretaries, then to the local government council chairman, then they went on to the governors, and then they went on to, I swear, you see it. And by then you may not be laughing again. You are witnessing a dystopia, a fascist system, okay? Whereby no matter what you are going through, these guys will tell you that no, it's not as bad as you are portraying it. You just want to make the government look bad. And it is an offense to make the government look bad. Do you want people not to like the government? You are under arrest for making the president look bad. Pay attention, okay? Take a look at this one though. Can you see what happened in here? A former governor and a present governor met at the occasion. A former governor is like the father to the current governor when you compare age and their time in politics, okay? But this happened.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey.
Yau a wannan rana na kaddamar da wannan mashin a gaba da gobe a wannan jiha ta wata kofin da albarka bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
So they bounced the former governor, a current senator. What do you say they do there? Protocol now, the governor want to come and cut the tape. I like you can't stand there like say you won't cut the tape, right? I'm on the bounce on. And that is the messy place called Nigeria. It's like one of those one of the moments on camera, caught on camera. Kwamata Kada or something. I don't know the name of the guy. Well, can I? Okay, before I do that, because I'm about to round up. Okay, thiefnubu like he did for Confessor Bajue Shoyinka by naming a street after the confessor in Abuja. Thiefnubu has done the same thing by renaming another highway in Abuja after Achebe. Just probably like where you hear wherever you hear Shoyinka, it is always like you're gonna hear Achebe. I mean Achebe too. It's like the words and opposites. Good, bad. Walk, run. Was an opposite. Boy, girl. Anyway, here was Thiefnubu commissioning that.
We accept your request.
And began instructed as officially commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on Saturday, 8 June 2024.
Koolu. However, above it all, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen I don't know how to put it. Have you ever seen a burglar, a criminal that they can say a God-fearing criminal or a passionate criminal? I don't think that's right. God-fearing criminal. If you are God-fearing, you won't be a criminal. That's some odd mixture, right? Okay. I wanted to listen to this guy caught robbing a family. And then the man in the house had an attack. Something like an heart attack. And then the armed robber was like, this was not supposed to happen. But eventually, they've arrested them. But the way he narrated this story, you will actually be like, are you the robber? Remember that challenge that they were doing online? No, I'm not the bride, you. I am just the bride's friend. You walk away. I'm not the bride. I am the bride's sister. You walk away. Or, I am not the criminal. I am the one that the criminal stole his phone. They say, okay. I am not the criminal. I am the one that the criminal came to his house. You say, then another was just the one where they don't beat like like disfigured. I really be the criminal. Oh, say, everybody like, have you seen those videos? I mean, they're online. Go check them. I was looking for one today I could use for this I just described. So this guy look like you'll be asking yourself, is he the criminal? You say, yeah, I am the criminal. Papa, this is the most, I don't know, this is the most calmly explained robbery by the participants that I've ever seen in my life. I want you to spend the next 3 minutes to say about this. And there is a message I want you to pick also from it. When the poor have nothing to eat, they will eat their fellow poor that is a little bit better than them. You see that story of when the poor have nothing to eat, they will eat the rich. Baba, is a third dream. When you look at those who are perpetuating criminality, all these petty thieves and all of that you are witnessing in Nigeria today, there are those who are looking for something to eat, Abby, for food or anything at all that they can get. Not big time criminals, but they are now kind of building that. And more people who are falling into poverty are picking up these traits for survival. They won't eat the rich. They go first finish all of us. We pretended to be rich. No, we are not rich, but we are better off. I better pass my neighbor. Now we go first be the target. When they finish us, and then they go get chance go eat the rich. I promise you. Listen to this guy.
Took him inside because the door was open. We took him inside. When we took him inside, we asked him to lie down, and the man lied down. So immediately, even his wife already lied down. The kids, immediately they saw they already lied down. So we said everybody just cooperate. So my second, that was named Paul, took the woman to her room. She didn't lock the room. He left the woman there. We didn't torture the woman. The man had 2 girls and one boy. So he locked them inside the room. So it remained only the man. So when we are asking the man question, how much do you have? The man said that what he has is in his pocket. He brought some money for 1,000 naira. He's not up to 20,000. I'm just saying 20,000 naira. So we went to meet his wife. Why say he didn't have any more? That he only have chains. So these chains, he was saying that they are not good, but he said that they can still be sold. So we collected the chains. We collected the money from that man's hands. So when we look at what we can carry again, we look at the plasma. So and then we took some clothes.
How did you kill? Why and how did you kill the man? Yes.
We didn't kill the man. It was where he was lying down. So after 1 hour, we noticed that he was snuffing. He was gasping. But we didn't get. We are just still busy going up and down looking for where we can see money in the house. But I noticed that the man was. On my mind was he was sleeping. We didn't disturb him. So it was later around to 3. So by then we already packed clothes, plasma, and the jewelries. I mean the 2 phones. The 2 phones were with Paul. So we took those things to the booth and we locked them there. So
which boot of the man's car?
Yes, the jeep. So later, when we were about to go, I went and checked this man because I don't want him to be there where we are going to be carrying those things. So I wanted to wake him up. I just noticed that the man was, he was tried. I look at him. I noticed that there was a changes. When I put my ear in his chest, he couldn't breathe again. That was how I know that the man had been dead. So I feel so bad. Me and my second, we feel so bad because, our own stealing is not that maybe we are interested in sharing blood. Even before I follow this, my cousin and my second, I told that I don't want to share blood because I have this covenant with God I will not share because of money. All is still vanity. If I kill somebody and I take that money, so what's my own gain? So God will judge me for that one.
So after the man died, sorry, was it at Koolu?
By then, this thing have been in the boat. So
and the man that time, you know, remember blood. You know, remember the covenant with God.
No, actually, we are not supposed to take those things again because there was no money. I had problem, my own financial problems.
So how much did the man motor?
We didn't sell the man. As Ikorodu?
Wait, the story we heard was that you hit his head.
No.
So for his center table, that was how he died.
No, didn't.
Huh?
We didn't.
Shay, help us, help us. There is God, There is God, God should descend, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh.
It's okay.
The way said they thought the man was sleeping. I told you, he's a God-fearing thief. He said, no, we didn't. You know, when we're done, because there's no money, and I have financial problem. There was no money. So when we had to take the plasma TV and a few other things. For when we're done, I didn't want to leave the man there so that, you know, we decided to wake him up. But he said somebody was gasping. He was having a panic attack that probably was an heart attack. Well, he was looking for money to go and solve his financial problems. And he said he did like that. I check, it's code. They said, okay, you felt bad. You and your partner, we felt bad. Did you not drop all the things you stole from him, his house? No. We felt bad, but, you know, we still have our problems, so we still needed the money anyway. I thought I should show you that. And finally, it is not all bleak. I do not just want to leave you with that stories of the eastern part of Nigeria without leaving you with this impression too. Last year, December, to further dispel the impression and the notion, the propaganda that eastern Nigeria is not safe, a lot of the Igbos returned back home. They took their families, they took everyone, they left back to that place to show the rest of Nigeria and the world what life is in eastern part of Nigeria and what life will be like if their region is not militarized and if they indeed have access to a real development-oriented people, they could tap it. One of those areas is the Aba in Abia states. Onitsha has been in existence for a while. There are those who are riding on this to tell the rest of the world, come and invest in eastern Nigeria. And you have something to say. I don't know if you have seen this.
The large markets, everybody brings things to sell in that market. We have Alia International Market. This one is in the eastern Nigeria. That place you see a lot of Chinese factory making shoes and some other things. And the opportunity to bring the material is there also. This market is Onitsha. How many of you know Onitsha? You hear Onitsha? Yeah, Onitsha is the big market. It's also in Nigeria. Some people think this is another country. It is not true. This is Onitsha market. And the one good thing about this market is that so many people come from the land.
I will bring you more on that, but my time is so up now. And I want to take calls. Right, I want to take calls. So I am going to go on a 2 minutes break. And indeed, if you are still here with us and you want to be part of this, of course, you can call in. The number is on your screen. And if you do have to go, just remember, don't take your like back, okay? If you have liked the video, that's great. But if you haven't, before you go, please do drop that offering. And thank you so much for being part of this tonight. I will be back in a minute or two, and I will be also taking calls then, okay? Hopefully. Let's hope the line is okay. Thank you, and welcome back, everyone. So I believe I have a caller on the line. Hopefully they are still there. Hello.
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Good afternoon. I think it should be good evening for you, but yeah, it's already good evening for me too.
Almost evening for you too. I know. How are you
yes,
today, Baba?
Yes, sir. I'm very well. I'm very well. This is one of the advocates and one of the greatest fan of the Temple of Truth.
God
but
bless
I have
you.
not.
A veteran
I have
Templar.
not been.
I like that. Cool.
Yes. And I have not been able to get through to you for a very long time. But before I even make my contribution, I will quickly make a recap. My name is Anthony from Austin, Texas.
Anthony from Austin.
Yes. Yes. Let me give you a quick.
Finally.
A quick reminder.
Yes,
you remember before the new Temple of Truth came live, we were talking about it, and I was the one that was like, let's start this fundraising as quickly as possible. You remember?
I do now. I do. You were actually like, I think we spoke twice, and then it was like, I kept saying, I'm working on it. And you're like, if you want us to raise funds for you, let's do it. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm working on it. I remember.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And the last time I called into the program was the day the fundraising commenced.
I remember
and
that too. Anthony.
Yes,
I do.
Yes, Anthony from Austin, Texas.
That's right, sir.
And what happened was that when the fundraising commenced, something happened and I was totally off because I had a very serious business challenge. But to God be the glory. I don't want to go into it. I have come over everything. I have my own business, so I've come through with everything. And when I made my own little donation, I made a note on it. I even explained a little bit because I did my own donation through PayPal. So I made a note, and
I got the message as well. Go on.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick recap. Thank you very much for what you have been doing. I have not been following most times, but I always make sure that I listen. I watch the video. Each of the segments, I always watch the video. But for the past 2 weeks or thereabout, I've been trying to get through. Luckily, I happened to make it today.
And here you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
I have to really, I will take my own bow on the altar. I know others are taking bow to the drugging in Nigeria, but I'm taking yes, but I'm taking my own bow on the altar. I'm so happy where you are. I'm so happy where we are because I am a part of
like
the
me seated here today was a dream. But I realized that I was told it's okay to dream, but if you can dream with others, right, you possibly could make it happen faster than, and that's why I'm here. Because a lot of people wanted, what would you want? How would you want to be supported? I said, well, I would want a place where I could indeed really unravel. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes, and it's fantastic. I'm actually I'm actually a very proud guy watching you, watching the background, watching all the equipment. I feel like this is
all coming together.
More like a dream come true.
I know.
And we have just achieved this. We are going to the next stage.
I know.
The next stage is coming.
I know.
All right? There will be a stage that a point in life, God keeps giving us a life that this temple of truth will be transmitted every street in Nigeria. At some point, everybody will be able to watch it.
I agree.
So, going back to the discussion of the day, thank you, my brother. Going to the discussion of the day, we all kind of understand what is going on in Nigeria. And I have, in my own little opinion, I think what this current illegitimate government is doing is that they are trying all their possible best to hoodwink everyone who they perceive that is likely going to be a strong voice against them, and they will find a way to rope you in either through intimidation or any other means possible. Talking about Doyin Okuigbe, we all know him. He is just somebody who is looking for what he will eat. Apparently, he found himself in the Obidients movement. People gravitated towards him, which I was not one of them. But here he is now singing a different voice. But what I can tell you, my brother and every listener, is that I am certain that they must have dusted up his file in EFCC and gone to show him to say, if you don't change your tone in our favor, we are going to pick you up. And that is why he's talking the way he's talking. I'm not sure what happened to the other statesman who said he was going to leave Nigeria. Bode George, that he was going to leave Nigeria if Tinubu won election. And here he is. I remember I watched the clip of when El-Rufai was asking him that this is the same Tinubu that you are saying he should tell us his name. He should tell us the schools he attended. That this Aroloya secondary school that he said attended was not even in existence at the time he said he went there. So now he's the one that is saying that 1 year is not enough to judge this government. But 1 year is enough for them to budget billions for all these things we're talking about. Trillions. Those are okay, but it's not okay to make an impact in the life of the ordinary Nigerians. The idea is that I think either tribal bigotry is coming in, because we know we are not hearing anything from Wole Soyinka. We all know what the reason behind it.
That's right.
Now, Bode George is singing a different song. We all know what is behind it. Look at Doyin Okuigbe, of course. And even Pastor Tunde Bakari. He is no longer saying anything.
Adeboye is asking us to pray.
And then Adeboye is asking us to pray. So, so these things are all orchestrated, in my opinion, because they want to make sure that every voice is cut off against them.
I know.
This is North Korea in the making. You got it spot on. It's coming to a point where Nigerians cannot freely walk on the street and even have a conversation that is suspected to be against the government.
Yes.
It's coming to that point.
Yes, no.
If we continue to bury our heads in shame, like David Ohudoyin described Nigeria as a 120 million mannequins who cannot stand up to fight for their own lives. So it is a shame, and it is just going to, I'm not even sure.
It's never going to stop until they are stopped. You remember I said that, right? I said, if they are not stopped, they will never stop.
Yes.
But yeah,
they will never stop. And we don't look like we are ready to stop them. Unfortunately.
It's not looking so. You're right. Anthony, let me take another one, right? It's so good
Thank
to
you
hear
very
from you
much.
again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
God bless
Have a
you,
wonderful
sir.
day, my good general.
Yes,
Bless
sir.
you.
Thank you. That's Anthony from Austin, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another caller as well. We do have just about 50 minutes to go. This is the second caller tonight. Hello.
My king.
Oh, the prince. How are you today, Baba?
I'm fine, oh my king.
So
let me go straight to the
how is Sweden today?
Sweden
is right?
Fine. Sweden is fine.
Great.
Sweden
Enjoying the weather so far, yeah?
Yeah.
God bless
My
you.
king,
Go on, sir. Go on.
I've just discovered during the last couple of months, I've discovered that to be a Nigerian, to be a black man in this world, you lose 10 to 15 years of your lifespan because of the trauma that we are facing.
That's right.
We are facing trauma everywhere. Even we that are here in Europe, see the kind of politics that they are playing in Europe with immigration.
Yes.
We are not resting.
Rights are taking over power everywhere now,
Yes.
and they are going to redefine immigration, citizenship, and so many other things.
Exactly.
Right.
We are under pressure everywhere. Then in our own continent, we have never been free. We are still fighting to save the ones that are suffering hell there, and they are giving us hell here. You see what a black man is going through. The problem, the thing sometimes after thinking, your heart will be skipping because you are not sure anything anymore. You are not sure whether tomorrow they will say you are that are citizen, you are now resident. You are not sure because these people, they are coming there with their politics and they are destroying everything that we used to know as normal.
And it's always gradual, by the way, because in a system like this, right, whenever it is that they are coming for us, they are not going to just wake up one morning and say they are taking our citizenship. No. You'll begin to kind of see that, yes, you have a British passport. Yes, you have a Swedish passport. You are still Swedish and you are still British. But it's only when you have to access some certain services, support, and all of them that are accorded to their own status. That's when they will tell you that, excuse me, you are not qualified. And you'll be like, what?
Exactly.
What do you mean I'm not qualified? I'm Swedish. I've been Swedish for 20 years. They say, yeah, we know. No, there's another one for you. We are going to get to that stage. It's pushing, Baba.
We are getting there gradually.
Because the campaign right now is that those of us who actually came to the country legally or legalized ourselves, fit ourselves into their system, the politics out there in Europe and all these places is just that immigration is coming to take our this or that. Sure, you get so let nobody sleep over it and think it is a done deal.
I'm telling you, Baba, look at it. Look at the situation.
Yes, sir.
This immigration, every now and then you'll be saying, if tomorrow now I have to leave, do I have enough savings? And you will still be thinking, am I sure of Nigerian banks? There's a bank that just closed down, carry people money go. And there's no resting place. You won't carry money to a house. You don't know. And look at the situation back home. The girls, I just saw girls who are 16, 15.
Did you see that too?
They have already trafficked them. My own country, my own citizens. They have already trafficked them. Where's the pride in my country? What are these politicians? What are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, there's something even if you they chop sacrifice, you get some kind of sacrifice where you know go chop.
Sure you get.
Even if they chop, if lion kill hyena, you know they chop am. And your children, now your children with these 15 years, they are just almost like newborn babies. 15 years. 15 years, Baba. And every day they cry. It's like this.
I mean, if anyone who is watching me is a father or a parent, generally a mom, right? And you've got teenage kids, okay? I mean, you probably should go on and just look at them and be like, what if that was my own daughter? No, it will. The first thing is going to be like, never, it's never going to happen. That's what we are now seeing. Yes. People have been pushed to the wall that, to them, those children, they are now source of income for them. They are not to be protected. That's the state Nigeria has gotten to.
I tell you, people are so desensitized. The person that brought them there even brought his own sister.
I swear, Baba, I have never seen a trafficker that affected their own family member before. Have you?
See the one that robbed somebody that they killed. The person died. They still take the money, go.
Took his TV, took whatever they could take.
Now you go still say they are helpless, even if they know, even if they want, they get good mind. They no feel help the situation.
God-fearing criminals.
They can't even still be God-fearing criminals. Baba, Baba God, may God help us.
At this point,
may God help us. And you can't even the worst situation with this woman. When we put in husband there, may he change things. He go they cry, say there is God. Now God, we elect. We elect people to change Nigeria.
To this place be that to let nobody
not them now.
As everybody is doing KKK in that comment section of
we elect God president.
It is also a reminder to say a reminder that kicking you are kicking, right? There is God who is part of what brought in APC. Sometimes you shouldn't be kicking.
You should use your brain that God gave you to fix the country. You are crying to God. You don't know that thing showed everybody that we are hopeless. A rich country like this, they are going to cry, there is God. What do your husband do to prevent kidnapping and all those things? But the problem is that is job.
You know, now that people are being told to understand and get used to their killers, Nigerians used to run crazy. What? How did that happen? Nigeria, you know, at the early stages, they were pointing fingers. Now your fault. Now this one. Now that one. Now this one. Now look at us today.
Baba, I know life for you.
Destroyed, Baba.
I know life for you. Me, when they help people for Nigeria, I say within the last 3 months, I began to leave people alone in Nigeria. You cannot help all of them.
You can't help everyone.
I began to leave. They call me and no go pick. Because of this thing where they look at our own, make I could save my head first.
Because if you don't, Baba, you will end up like them. And you don't
I go end up like them. Meet our people. What country? I can't survive in that country again now.
Baba, that's true. That's true. Baba, it's never going to be one of your top choice. So, the Prince, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
For stopping by. You have a good one, okay? Now, let's go take another one. Saving time. Hello. Did I get you or did I miss you? I think I lost that caller. So, here is another one. Another caller. Hello.
Hello, my ego general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm very well too.
This is
Thanks for asking.
Yeah. This is Lake City from New York City, but I'm calling with my US number now.
Oh, yes. Where are you?
New York.
You're still in New York? Okay, I thought you wanted to say like you were calling with your Nigerian number. Now I was like, are you there?
No,
Lake City.
No, the last time it was my Nigerian number I called with.
Now you're calling with the real one in the back at home. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Lake City. How is your day so far? How are you doing?
So far, so good. I didn't watch the show, but I saw the caption, which I was following earlier today, about Doyin Okuigbe and the rest.
Please, your reaction.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I just want to let me thank you first for what you're doing.
Thanks.
It's not an easy job, and we always try our best to support you because we know that you are doing something that we all like and we all love to see about our country. So we'll keep supporting you the little way we can.
Thank you.
You know, and I pray that the God Almighty strengthen you and give you more wisdom and grace your elbow more.
Amen to that. It's from where that is coming from. Thank you. Next side, please.
Yes. So going ahead about what's happening now in Nigeria, I think for Doyin Okuigbe, I don't really blame him in one aspect.
Please.
I don't really blame him because I know from the jump start, Doyin Okuigbe is someone that has so many baggages. So many baggages, like wrong ones. Like if you go to his file, I believe, and I know that there's so many things that he can be indicted with. So it's very, I knew that the moment Koolu entered as the president, but I'm surprised that he lasted till now. I was thinking that he would have flipped a long time ago. I was thinking that he would have flipped a long time ago, but for him to last till now, I think I should say
less than a year. This whole thing is even like less than 2 years. It's like about 18, 19 or 20 months. And it has shrunk so much as well. There is suspicion about his health and other things, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
don't you think? To me, it's still fast.
Yeah, he's not anybody that is over 40 years of age should be watching his or her health because, you know, you are not getting younger anymore. And there's a lot of health issues that can, you know, come up. And Doyin Okuigbe being, I think he's a medical doctor, I believe he should be taking care of himself. And if something like that happens, you know, I believe that is a natural thing to happen to anybody.
And, you know, people were like blaming it on maybe, you know, you said something about them using compromise on him, right? Because of his baggages, right? Then others are like, he's broke. Okay. And I don't know, like, what could be wrong with him at this time of his life? Okay.
You know, the very the worst thing about that interview was, I believe that someone that went through, I believe he went through some medical treatment that, you know, brought maybe they might have had, because he's overweight. They had to advise him to like either do, you know, to, you know, reduce the weight. And then I was looking forward for
that thing again, something not to bypass or something.
It might not be gastric sleeve, but but I was expecting that someone with those kind of health challenges, and then you have just a few years left in your life. At least he has passed half of his living age.
It's over 70.
Anyone that is over 70, you can't live another 70 years. Probably you've gone 3/4 of your life.
You can't even live another 30 years. Forget it.
So I believe this is the time he should have been like more honest to say the truth, and, you know, damn the consequences.
But I mean, it should be. I was expecting somebody to be a little bit more circumspect, right? Though I can't tell him how to be, because that's who he is, no doubt. Okay. When I say circumspect, in the sense that there were actually millions of young people. He's been a politician, a career politician for almost all his life. Okay. I was thinking that somebody like that at that age, okay, should be, even if indeed he was part of the conspiracy theory to divide the opposition and then lead the Obidients into this, whatever it is, whatever the conspiracy is, right? Somebody at that age should be encouraging these young people and tell them, don't give up. Oh, what you did, we didn't expect that. Even me, I wasn't expecting that. How come they were like all of them in that old age? They are actually encouraging us, the young people, to accept this. Like, accept it, get used to it. Everything will be fine later. Just accept this. Why?
The man ate his vomit like he ate it. He ate it he ate everything. And this is the same thing that's happening even in the Labour Party. If you notice the Arban and the Red, they've settled
the Pampas guys.
Yeah, with Abure, they've settled. But there's something I said. There's something I told a couple of people when Peter Obi started heading this obedience movement. I said that the obedient movement picked the best candidates. Let me give you my reasons. Peter Obi is a very stubborn human being. Anybody that knows him, I'm from Anambra State. Peter Obi is he is this. I don't know if you back in the days there when we were in the university, there are some lecturers who will see, you know, that these lecturers, they always play by the book. No matter what you tell them, they will do the right thing. Instead, sack them.
That's right.
Peter Obi is that kind of person. He is not perfect. He has his own, as a businessman, he has his own
good
things.
judge of character, because that one is obvious. When you look at the characters milling around him, you can probably just feel like he's somebody who feel like he could manage everyone. No, he can't, in my own opinion.
But I'm very sure that I know that he is someone that he will not, like, to sell out will be the last thing he will do.
He will
that
never
is
compromise his own
Yes. Because if he wants to, imagine, do you know that if Peter Obi wants to be the richest Igbo man now with Koolu, and he wants to sell out and still stand in the sideline, he can easily do it. There is nothing he would demand from the APC just for him to pipe low. He will get it. And as a businessman, he knows how to turn that money over to make billions of dollars if he wants to. But he is a man of little needs. Peter Obi, as a governor, flies, before being a governor, he flies commercial. He was a multi-billionaire before a governor. He was flying commercial. Became a governor. He was still flying commercial. He's not someone. His daughter. I think his daughter is a teacher.
Yeah, she's a teacher in Anambra.
You understand? He's not. Yeah. He's not. He's not that. He's a man of little needs. But he's very rich.
Easy or susceptible to people to be used or manipulated for any agenda, because is somebody of probably easy means of relating with people, because this is something that a lot of people knows, even the media houses knows. When somebody says I am close to you, or the whole world sees that he's close to you, and then they come out later to say, oh, you are not competent to even be a president. I was only just being with you. You get what I mean, right? So then, go on, sorry.
Yeah, I get you, but I think for him, because majority of Nigerian political class are entrenched with corruption. Majority, probably 95% or even 98%. So you must have to. There is no way for you to become successful.
Right.
That your path must cross. All you need to do is try as much as possible to manage them and, still move ahead. And that is exactly what he did when he was the governor. When he was the governor, if you have one interview, if you remember, he was talking about how he wants to go into a project. Then the civil servants will go in and, put in some figures to confuse him and then, do their fraud. But what he did was he will go through the whole, if it's a quotation,
one by one,
he will read everything, find the mistake, correct it, and then minute on that. And someone was asking, why not bring that person that did did this thing and fire him and do something like that? He said, well, that him trying to fire this person, before you know it, he'll fire everybody. That is better that he keeps doing the right thing and correcting it.
Managing them. Okay.
And managing it. Because
thank you.
The next person you are bringing is not better off. So that is him. So I would just say, let me not waste much of your time and allow other people to come. But we should just let's pray for our country and believe I've lost hope anyway, but let's just pray and wish that something something good will happen. If not,
you take it easy, okay? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
You done well. So I have another caller on the line. I think I managed to get them corrupt, so hopefully they will get themselves back on and I can connect them. Okay. Now you two can actually call in. Yes, you can pick up the phone. Okay, and if you either agree or disagree with the position of other callers, you can make your own view known. Hang on, let me see if I can go get you here. Brilliant. So I'm also going to take a moment to go check our offering box. So we currently have about 700 of us, 777 of, oh, hang on, it's actually 844. So we currently have, over 800 of us who have paid their own offering on YouTube. So if you are one of them, this is for you. Well done. But if you haven't really done it, it's just going to be like a minute away. Even less than 30 seconds, though. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mayego.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Mayego. Thanks for the good job you're doing.
Thanks for the support as well.
I really appreciate the effort you're putting to make this information available. Easy. Yeah, it's really not easy.
I know.
I call you, you are the real man of God of my time.
No doubt. I mean, you see, I'm a child of God, and if I'm a man, then I'm a man of God. You know what they told us? All of us are children of God. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that, okay? We are all children of God, and when we grow up to become man, then we are men of God.
Yeah, because this what you're doing is the work of God. I can confirm, because you're winning soul,
God bless you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those who are always going to be asking me, who made you a Geo? Who says you are the Kiniko of the temple? I've got witnesses. My work makes me a man of God. I'm a messenger. Am I not?
Yeah, seriously, true messenger.
See?
What I'm thinking is, I think with diasporas, I think it's high time we organize ourselves good to go and take this system down. Because waiting for these people in Nigeria, I think it's a mission impossible. Because they don't even understand what is facing them. But we here in abroad, we are seeing it. I think it's the high time we can mobilize. Then we will find a platform to motivate them while we are. I don't know. I'm really confused. I wish I can just
confused, right? So see,
because
there's gonna be there are platforms. Well, you see, there's something I want you to pay attention to. Okay, platforms where like minds we need to come together. We have platforms, but coming together or finding like minds is what is still taking us longer. Okay, but you see, those of us in the diaspora too, we are not totally immune from the mental slavery that some others who are in Nigeria are suffering. Baba, there are those who left Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't leave them. The mentality is still that of backwardness and that of a betrayer too, backbiting and others. So if you believe everybody in the diaspora probably should care, you will be surprised that they also have the demos abroad. Now we pretend to join you to want to fight for something what is right. Meanwhile, their job is actually to destabilize you. Remember that. Whenever you are calling the diaspora, okay, we are not all that clean. There are some of us here that wanted the status quo in Nigeria to remain. Just thought I should say that, right? Go on.
Because when you're looking at things that is happening, imagine the little girls they sent to Ghana for prostitution. I have a Ghanaian friend who was telling me this since last year. Like, because whenever I go to his place, come back, he would tell me that he requested for a girl, a Nigerian girl, because they have a connection. People that all those women that bring in these girls, they have contacts for people who need Nigerian girls. They will say the age they need, then they will deliver it to them. He said to me, like, if I go to Ghana, that I will see 13 years, 14 years, 15 years of Nigeria. This is last year. So when I saw, I was thinking he want to bring Nigeria image down. Yes. So to this time I saw this and I was like, so what this my friend is telling me is truth. He said there are a lot of them. So to tell you that this one they show us, it's not even. This is just maybe
just like a scratch.
Maybe 1% out of the people that is there. But is it not better for these people that is going on that mission to come out on the street?
There are so many missing young girls in Nigeria today that their families have no clue where they are. But guess what? When you go to all these neighboring countries, Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, to as far as Kenya, East Africa, and all these places, they are moving them there, and they are just trafficking them for sex exploitation. Their families back home have no clue where they are. But there are also categories of those who are actually sending their children into that. It is a hell of a place out there, Baba. It is a hell of a place.
Yeah, that is true. And so, okay, now imagine this type of news. The news didn't make it to National Assembly. This type of news, people that is going across the sea to travel to Europe, these people never discuss it in National Assembly. That is to show you that these people don't care. They don't just care for anybody. Look at what old man like what is his name? Bode George is saying. Old man that last year he was confronting Tinubu. I was so happy. I said, oh, so people like this we still have people like this. Then there is hope. So, but this man, I saw this man again today. I said to myself, I don't think I will ever respect any old man again in my life. I lost it already after looking at this man today.
Honestly.
So somebody will come tomorrow and tell me, respect your elder. Which this type of elder? This type of elder, somebody will come and tell me to respect. No, I will not do it again. I wouldn't even want them to end it even because I don't have that time anymore. I have lost so much of my time, my life in the hands of these people.
Thank you so much.
This old man will come and pretend in this manner. We are going nowhere anymore. We're just going nowhere.
The best thing we will do is, who are we going to trust? Yeah. They said, trust yourself. Okay, I trust myself. I can't do it alone. I need to do it with other people. Then trust them too. But here we are, betrayal after betrayal, chances after chances. Who are we going to trust? Right. So thank you so much. I'll take another one.
Let me make one more submission. You see these girls that is all these girls that is going into this journey, both our men that is doing all this robbery. It's all this our influencers, so that is putting them into this situation. Because every day they will be throwing money, smoking weed in social media, drinking Hennessy, all type of alcohol, telling them that they bought it 10 million, 20 million, like Obi Kubana them and the Kubana chief priest them. They are the people that is putting all these people. They are the ones that is also helping the government to put these people in higher tension. Yes. Yeah, so anything nobody want to do normal thing again to feed, because I don't believe that anybody in Nigeria will just wake up and say today I must eat, that he cannot find something to eat. No matter how hard the country is, you must get your daily bread if you work for it. There's so many ways you can work for it, but nobody want to dirty his hand to feed himself. Nobody want to just stress himself to make sure they eat. So anybody you see that is doing prostitution, doing all manner of criminal things, for me, it's not hunger, it's greed that push them into that thing. Because nobody gonna die from hunger. So far, this Nigeria I know is concerned. Some people are hawking pure water. They are feeding themselves. Some people are doing all manner of things. They can feed themselves even if it's too small. What's in a day?
Okay. Let me take another
so
one.
It's right that we should stop blaming hunger for everything.
You just did. You just pointed it out that we must not just put the blame on just, because I'm poor, because I'm hungry. There is more than that, which is greed as well. Let me take another one, Baba, because our time is now kind of coming closer to an end, and it's doing so like faster than normal. I think we have just about 20 minutes to go, less than 20 minutes to go. So I could possibly only just take one more call tonight, and that could be you. Let's see this. Hang on. I think this is where I have a right. I think. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm cool. Osas from France again.
That's Osas. Osas,
exactly.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's almost coming to a close, and you managed to get through. Please.
Yeah. We are here. You guys talking about OB, and it's something I have been looking into. I said, man, it's like this is the time that we will have a man who is ready to die for Nigeria, because we haven't had such a man before. So because when you see before, people who just lost the election, whether the election were rigged against them or they just lost, like article, they will just return home and be waiting for 4 years again. I mean, the next 4 years. So, but OB is not like that. OB is out there, try to be critical of the government, monitor everything the present government is doing. That is playing the role of a true opposition. We haven't had it like that before in Nigeria.
That's right.
He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it because he stands for an ideology. And that ideology is for him to make sure his country do well. That is what he's doing. Because when you will see, because what he's doing right now, it will also be a kind of a mirror for him. When he will get to the office, he will say, okay, I used to criticize government like that. So I just have to make sure I'm not doing the same. You see what I'm talking about? It's like before, when you see all the governors or former president, they will come into the office, right? They will never question what the predecessor have done with the money. Why? Because they are going to do exactly the same thing. So there's no need of them questioning whatever the governor have done with the money or the president have done with the money. So, but OB is being critical of Tinubu right now, knowing that if he will get him next time, it's not going to do the same, because people will remind him and say, oh, you were saying that, now you are doing the same. So what he's doing now is going to be a kind of monetary mirror for him next time to say, oh, I will not do that. Remember, I was critical of Tinubu next time. I mean, the other time. So it's very, very brilliant, and I'm really, really proud of him, because in Europe here, if you go to France here, you have true oppositions where they never go with the government; they're always on the other side. If you come to UK, there are not many. I think you have someone like George Galloway right now over there.
Yeah,
you know,
we've got
every song.
Yeah, you're right, but
exactly.
The difference is this: it seems that it is only Obi that is believing in his own ideology. You see, the ideology is so much pronounced among the Obidients, who sees it very clearly, right? But when you look at the vehicle, starting with the party that he's a member of, and then you look at those who also became elected officials of the party because of him. Up to this moment, you can tell that they are all working at their cross purposes. These guys are interested in Nigeria. So that is the problem, don't you think? Like in Europe, right? All of the oppositions will believe in their own party ideology and they will stick to it. In Nigeria, it's different.
Yeah, but in some cases, sometimes it's not like that too, because I rather prefer, not prefer, but I would rather have it like OB stood for something rather than the party, because if the party members are corrupted, but himself, if he becomes the Nigerian president, it's not going to be corrupted. So in that case, he will be able to monitor his government, his cabinet. So because you really cannot change everybody, like in Nigeria, like we were saying before, we never have such a man before. What they do is that whenever a party came into power and that party is winning, everybody switch because they don't stand for nothing.
I know. It's like, election is over now. Let us go join government and enjoy. But
exactly. That's why. Yes, that's what they did in those states where they all just joined Labour Party, but they don't. What reason? Just because they felt that okay, there was a big movement in those states about Labour Party. Not only because the chairman come from Edo State, but because they actually love Obi in Benin there in Edo State. They love Obi so much. So because of that, everybody just want to like, okay, now we are not Labour Party now. Right. They just joined there just because they thought that's where to win. Those people do not stand for nothing.
If they now win based on this sort of drive in Edo states, naturally you will think that should be those who believe in Obi. They love Obi, they believe in his idea, and they would expect any government to replicate what Obi represents, Abi. Then afterwards, you now realize that they have so much difference. They do not have anything in common with Peter.
Exactly.
Isn't that?
That is why I say. That's why I say there's no one like that. We haven't have anyone like Obi, and we're never gonna have it. So all those who are in his party, they are just there for something, as always. You know, it's old way, the Nigerian old way. That's what those guys are all about. Exactly, but Obi is not like that. That's what I can see with my own, assessment of him. I don't think he's that kind of a man because he's going here and there. I don't know where he even gets his money. He's not resting. So it's a very strange man, and this is what we need in Nigeria.
And they are picking up everybody that spoke against the establishment in Nigeria. This guy is yet to get any invite or anything at all. Indeed. So that sort of give credence to your position as well. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
God bless you. Let me take another one up. The last
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the evening, sir. So that's Osas from France. Here is where we're going to take the last call. And I want to believe this is hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Who is this?
Hello, my ego.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's AGKM from Sweden.
AGKM, my brother. God bless you.
Yeah.
So
how are you doing, my ego? How are you doing?
Yeah, that's that. You're gonna be my last caller for tonight. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much. Like other people always talk. Where do you even get this energy to? To perform what you are doing.
All of you are my energy because some of you, majority of you have work the following day. You still spend your time with me up to 12 a.m. 1 a.m. for some people. So that is my energy.
Of course.
I
always hear people talk about people in diaspora. Let me give you one thing I observed, my ego.
Please, sir.
If you remember 2015. When we have Ebola in West Africa, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and all these kind of places, you understand? Do you know that a lot of foreign medical staff died? A lot of them died in Africa.
Having contact with the Ebola patient, I remember.
Yes.
One popular doctor like that too.
So many of them travel from Europe, from wherever. But do you know, my good, there was a person I have here. He's working within the healthcare.
Right.
And who was he was touched and wanted to travel to Africa
to help.
To help, yes, like every other country, sending their medical staff to help. Do you know that this guy, the family, they almost took him to psychiatry.
Why?
They thought that he's going crazy. It's the family that want to, the family frustrated him.
Oh, okay, I get you now. The family the family here, decided that it must be crazy that he wants to go to Africa and go and touch Ebola patients, right?
Exactly. You must be crazy to go to Africa to help. You understand? Let me tell you, if anything, this is the question everyone in this class should ask himself or herself. If anything should happen in Nigeria today, am I really willing to go there? Am I really willing? Am I really? It's not calling diaspora. Some people will even dig hole and hide themselves there. Instead of coming up to be identified that they are Nigeria or whatever. Let us stop deceiving. Let us just deceiving ourselves. People in diaspora, I tell you, we can only talk. People, we can only talk and blame people here. But when it comes to reality, believe you me, my ego, it's just few people that we say, let's go and see what will happen there.
You are so right. And what you are proposing there is that this is not anybody calling on diasporans. It should be us ourselves. So ask yourself, all by yourself, you ask yourself and say, if things go down in Nigeria now,
yes,
am I ready to actually go back?
Am I ready?
If you are personally convinced that, man, if things goes down, I will go back home, then you are the people we are talking about.
Of course, of course.
But this is not about pointing fingers and say, you diasporans, let us. It doesn't work that way. It has to come from.
It doesn't work, and it will not work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
It won't work that way. You understand? The question you ask yourself is: if anything happening, can I go? Am I going to
will I stay here or would I go back to that place?
Because let me tell you, a lot of people here, 99% of people here in diaspora, they have children. They have wives.
I know that. You're right.
Some people will tell you, I have children. Some people will tell I have my wife. Some people, I have my job.
They have so much. We have so much that chaos down here, truly. Are you willing to leave all of that, sacrifice all of that, and go back in? That's a very big question, though.
Let me tell you one thing before I drop now. I have so many people from Ukraine. People here that, we eat together, we do. When the war broke out in Ukraine, they left everything here. They go back to their country. These are the type of people I'm talking about. These are the kind of, if not that some of these Ukrainian people, they went home, believe me, that Russia would have taken over Ukraine in 1 week. But these people, they went home, they stood their ground. They said, no, it can't happen. But we Nigeria and I tell you, if youth, look at what youth are doing in other countries. Look at South Africa. Look at the election in South Africa. ANC has been in power for over 30 years.
30 years.
Now look at what the youth did. Look at what happened in Senegal. You see, if this continue like this, Nigeria will never change.
Never.
It will never change.
So
we can only talk. We can only discuss.
They should begin to ask themselves that if the push come to shove, would you be willing to go back and face it? That's a very good, very big one. I think we should leave everyone with that question. That tells everything you need to know about this whole thing. Okay, when the call comes, are you going to? Now, it doesn't matter if you type it in the comment and say, me, I will go and all of that. It's actually a very big decision. And so many of us believe that when the push comes to shove, right, we will go back. I will go back.
Anybody can tell you whatever he or she can tell you.
Those who
but the question is, if anything happened right now, how many of us will be willing
to actually pack back and jump on that plane and say, I'm going back there. I want to, I will go back. You know why I will go back, right? It's because I've got people I actually really care about and I love so much. Okay? So there are some certain things that will go down. And people like us, we may not fly straight to Nigeria, but we will go back. Just so you know.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much,
God
Mike. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest
Have
of
a
your
good
evening,
night.
okay?
Yeah, bye-bye.
Good one. That is where we are going to draw the curtains, okay? You know why people like me will go back? It's because there are some certain things that will go down, truly. And then with, with this kind of platform that I have, which has given me privilege that I'm actually yet to tap. The privilege of meeting other people, like-minded people. And I promise you, I'm like a melting pot. I kind of have a chance of meeting the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, trust me. And because of the kind of platform that I have, people like myself could go under any cover when shit is the fan in that place and the whole place goes up in smoke. People like us, people like myself can always go back under a different cover without flying straight to Nigeria, but we will be inside that place, picking up whatever is remnant, covering it and reporting it back to some of you that doesn't have to go back. Here you get. I'll leave it at that. Let's see the type of shit that we hit the fan first. Okay? And then we will decide how we're going to go back. One true emperor, you won't. Martinelli. For example, I've got Martinelli. I've got actually some veterans here. I've got Ahmed and the rest. These are trained shooters. These are trained, gun handlers and all of that. These are soldiers. I've got many of them here too. Now, if the shit hits fan and a contingent is being put together all over the world, I will be part of it. And it's going to be one of the safest. Trust me. Anyway, thank you so much for HKM, my brother. Thank you so much, sir, for indeed dropping that inside this convo. We will talk again some other time. Thank you so much to every one of you as well. As usual, we've had a wonderful night. But please, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, you should before you go, okay? And then let's see you tomorrow for the Sunday sermon on Mayegun's Diary Political. Let's see how that goes. Good night, everyone. And you have a wonderful night too.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Mayegun Diary Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.